Hey folks, welcome to another Triple T Thursday. For those just joining us, that's tools, tips, and talk, where we'll discuss info for the knife maker. If you've been listening to the Triple T for Knife Makers podcast, you've heard me mention that I'm going to be doing a series on making a folder. That's right, a liner lock folder series. And that's going to start very soon. And I'm going to be trying to do this series without using the mill, or not requiring you guys to use the mill. So in order to do that, you do need some precision drilling. So this video is going to prep you for that. I was actually on my sponsor's website, that's Maritime Knife Supply, and I was perusing the website and I happened to find on his website a DRO for a drill press. So I thought I would get one here, put it on my drill press, and that would show you guys how easy it is to install one of these. So I'll take you down to the table and show you this DRO that cost me $35. So I don't know why you wouldn't want a DRO for your drill press. That's a digital readout, will tell you to the thousandths of an inch or 0.05 millimeters how far down your drill press is. So you definitely want to install one of these. Let's go down to the table and take a look. So here's the little DRO that I was talking about. It says it's accurate to 5/10,000ths of an inch or 0.01 millimeters. So that's pretty good. So let's take it out of the box and see what it's like. So we got some mounting brackets, battery, extra batteries. All right, I got to read the instructions. So there's a couple of different ways this thing can attach. One way is to take this hose clamp, and this kind of clamps around. Actually, it'll go basically up here at the top of your chuck, and then that will attach to this part. Okay, this part screws into here, and then when the drill goes down, it pushes this down, and then you can attach the actual rail to the side. Because I've got this stop, another way, which is a lot easier, is just to put the attach this to the bottom so it's fixed there. That'll attach the rail, and then they give you one of these just to actually drill into the side of your drill press. Mine is a big cast iron drill press, so I'm actually going to do that. It just seems a lot sturdier than trying to mess around with the hose clamp. But if you need that, you can do that method. So yeah, let's take this off, and we'll get this piece, this piece attached to the bottom of the stop. So for my installation, I've got this little plate here, which is what the stop bolts stop on. It already has a little screw here, which I think I'm going to use as one of the screws for this. So I'm just going to drill a hole below that to put the second one in, and that should be fine. So I do have to take this bracket off. So since this hole is not meant for a screw this big, I'm just going to use my drill press and drill one of these out, the top one out to the same size as this. So it's a little too hard to hold this thing and figure out how to do that with the drill press, so we're just going to use a hand drill for it. So it turns out I need to take this beam off because I need to obviously get to this hole. I checked the hardware pack, and they're even nice enough to give you the drill bit and the tap in order to tap this, which I thought was really cool. So now I'm just going to drill that hole, tap it to match the screws, the bolts that they provide you. kidding me? Well, I ended up snapping off the drill bit inside this, so be careful with this. It's a really cheap overseas drill bit. Can't even drill one hole in cast iron. So maybe you don't want to use their drill bit if you happen to have this size. Hopefully their tap is a little better than this. Now I'm just going to reinstall this bracket, but this time with this bracket in place. Now that I've got the brackets installed, it's just a matter of bolting on these guys. And I just got this one loose just in case I have to position it right now. So one thing I found is that this little nut here prevents this thing from actually going down all the way, and you can't use this thing the other way, so I think you're actually meant to use this one, but if I use this one, then I don't have enough room on these holes. So I'm actually just going to grind off this top lip so that I don't have any contact here. So that's what I'm going to do here. Okay, I've ground the top of this. Now I can put this on with no interference. Alright, so this piece slides back and forth. I'm going to place mine pretty close so that there's no kind of torque on this. I'm going to place it pretty close this way to the drill press. It's not going to interrupt with the stop here. So before I tighten it down, I just want to make sure this is nice and straight. Yeah, that looks great. So I'm going to tighten this bottom. Alright, so now that I got it all installed, let's test it. So I've actually got an end mill chucked up in here just because I want to have a flat bottom because I want to be able to test it with calipers. So we're going to go down. We're just going to touch that. We're going to zero this. And now I'm going to go down and try to do, let's say, a 1/4 inch hole by the DRO, and then we'll measure with calipers and see how close we got. All right, let's see how we did. .249.5. So that's pretty good. Now, yeah, it's kind of depends on how I hold the calipers, but we're right at the, yeah, there's 25 right on. So I call that a success. The only downside here is that with the added drag for this, the spring doesn't return quite to the top. If I just slowly let go of the arm, here, I'll zero it at the top. Now if I put the drill press down, and the spring is very strong at the bottom, but if you kind of let it go, you'll notice it doesn't go all the way back to the top. You got to push it, which is really fine because you're going to be doing this mostly at the bottom of the spring tension. So you'll touch something, zero this, and then probably be going down. I'm sure you could probably put a stronger spring in it or wind it maybe one more loop. But the springiness there doesn't bother me because, like I said, you'd be doing it at the bottom of the spring tension. Well, folks, I'm super happy with this DRO. for $35, I think I would have paid $135 for this thing. It's really good quality. It's very accurate. Does everything that I expect. So we're all prepped for the folder series, which is going to start next week. So definitely tune in and check out the liner lock folder series starting next Thursday. We'll see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching.